Have you ever noticed your cat doing something strange around mealtime? Staring at you, circling your feet, making sounds they don't make at any other moment of the day? Not just hunger, something more deliberate, more loaded. Like they're trying to say something you haven't quite figured out yet. Most people look at that behavior and think, they're hungry. They want food, and yes, on the surface, that's true. But here's what almost everyone misses. That explanation only scratches the surface of something far deeper. Something that changes how you understand your relationship with your cat entirely. And I want you to stay with me until the very end of this video. Because the final thing I'm going to share, the one behavior most owners only notice when it's already too late, is the piece that brings everything together. The piece that's, once you understand it, you cannot unsee. Let's start at the beginning. Here's the popular belief. Your cat follows you, meows at you, and paws at you before meals because they're hungry and you control the food. Simple cause and effect. You're the vending machine. They're pressing the button. It's a logical explanation. It also happens to be incomplete in a way that matters. Think about this. Wild cats are solitary hunters. They don't ask for food. They don't perform social rituals to obtain a meal. They hunt alone, they eat alone, and they move on. There is no evolutionary reason for a cat to stare deeply into your eyes, slow blink at you, or press their head against your leg before eating. If this were purely about nutrition, those behaviors don't appear in solitary hunting contexts. They appear in bonding contexts. A 2019 study published in the journal Current Biology found that cats form genuine secure attachment bonds with their human caregivers, similar in structure to the bonds that dogs and even human infants form with their primary attachment figures. When cats are securely attached, they use their human as a safe base, someone whose presence regulates their stress and signals safety. Feeding time doesn't just trigger hunger, it triggers the attachment system. What your cat is doing before you fill that bowl is not begging. They are activating the bond. They are, in the language of feline behavior, checking in with the one creature in their world they have chosen to trust. That distinction between need and trust is the entire foundation of what we're going to explore today. Here's where biology enters the picture, and it's extraordinary. Cats have a scent organ on their forehead, on their cheeks, and at the base of their tail. When your cat rubs their face against you, especially right before or after eating, they are depositing pheromones, scent markers. They are quite literally chemically labeling you as theirs. This is called bunting, and it doesn't happen randomly. Research in feline olfactory behavior shows that cats most frequently bunt against objects and individuals they associate with positive, safe experiences. Food is one of the most emotionally loaded, positive experiences in a cat's sensory life. By weaving bunting into the feeding ritual, your cat is chemically connecting you to that positive state. You are not just the food provider. You are being woven into the neurological signature of safety itself. There's something even more specific happening with sound. If your cat makes a particular chirp, trill, or soft meow specifically during your shared mealtime routine, a sound you probably don't hear them make in other situations, that's a dedicated communication. Cats don't develop complex vocalizations for humans in the wild. Scientists now understand that meowing, particularly the variety cats used specifically with humans, is a learned relationship-specific language. Your cat is not meowing at you the way they'd vocalize at another cat. They developed that sound for you specifically over time because you listened. The feeding routine became the classroom where your cat learned how to talk to you. To understand why food and bonding became so deeply connected in your cat's brain, you have to go back, far back, to the wild ancestor of every domestic cat that has ever lived. Wild cats are obligate carnivores who hunt between 8 and 20 times per day. Each hunt is a gamble, energy expensive, often unsuccessful. The emotions surrounding a successful kill, relief, satisfaction, safety, are neurologically intense. Survival depends on repeating the conditions that led to that success. When cats began living near humans 10,000 years ago, something remarkable happened. Food stopped being the reward at the end of a dangerous solo hunt. Food began appearing predictably from a specific individual in a safe environment. The brain, built to associate intense positive emotion with the circumstances of successful feeding, began associating you with all of that relief, satisfaction, and safety. You didn't just replace the hunt, you replaced the entire emotional architecture surrounding it. This is why mealtime feels ceremonial to your cat. It is. You are in your cat's ancient nervous system, the living embodiment of successful survival. The circular weaving around your feet, the tail held high like a flag, the insistent vocalizations, these are not random habits. They are the redirected remnants of the joy a wild cat feels when everything goes right, when the world is safe, when survival is secured for one more day, and they are directing all of that toward you. Watch your cat carefully the next time you prepare their food. Not at the bowl, at them. The tail straight up, slightly curved at the tip, that is a greeting signal. Used almost exclusively toward individuals a cat considers familiar and trusted. In the wild, it signals non-aggression and approach. Your cat is not just waiting for food, they are formally greeting you. The slow blink. If your cat makes eye contact with you and slowly closes their eyes before looking away, they are doing something that researchers describe as a feline smile. A 2020 study from the University of Sussex found that slow blinking from cats significantly increased when humans slow blinked back, suggesting it functions as a genuine affiliative signal, a shared emotional exchange. This happens most often in relaxed positive states, like mealtime. The head butt against your hand or leg. Pressure contact is a comfort behavior. Cats in pain or distress avoid contact. Cats who feel safe press into the things and people around them. The exposed belly during a roll near the food bowl, this is not an invitation to touch. It is a display of maximum vulnerability offered only in maximum trust. Your cat is showing you the softest, least defended part of their body. They are telling you, I am completely safe with you. Each of these signals appears most frequently in one context, yours. The feeding environment, which you created, which you show up for consistently, which you have never made unsafe, that is where your cat chooses to be most fully themselves. We've been talking about what your cat communicates to you. Now let's talk about what your cat has done for you. Quietly, without announcement. Cats are crepuscular by nature. They are wired to be most active at dawn and dusk. Yet the vast majority of domestic cats shift their activity peaks to align with their human schedule. Morning feeders who rise at 7 in the morning have cats who wake at 7. Night feeders have cats who stay up later. This is not coincidence. It is biological adaptation in real time. Your cat literally resetting their internal clock to stay synchronized with you. Studies on circadian behavior in domestic cats confirm that human presence and feeding schedules are the primary time givers in a cat's daily cycle. More powerful than light, more powerful than temperature. Your cat's body has restructured itself around your routine. Science is finally catching up to what cat owners have felt for years. This isn't dependency. It's devotion expressed through biology. And it goes further. Cats in households with consistent, gentle owners develop measurably lower baseline cortisol, the stress hormone, than cats in unpredictable environments. Your calm presence, your predictable schedule, your reliable appearance at the food bowl, all of it is actively reducing your cat's physiological stress response. You are medicine. You have been this entire time. Your cat doesn't just respond to your schedule, they respond to your state. On days when you are sad, sick, or anxious, before you've said a word, before you've changed anything visible, your cat often appears. Closer than usual, quieter than usual. They may sit on you rather than near you. They may follow you from room to room. They may stop eating until you sit down. This is not anthropomorphism. This is documented. Cats detect subtle changes in human body chemistry, cortisol shifts, heart rate changes, altered movement patterns, and respond behaviorally. They read micro-expressions that even close human friends miss. They notice a slight change in the pace you walk to the kitchen. They notice when your hand shakes slightly more than usual when you fill the bowl. Your cat knows your baseline so precisely that they register deviations you haven't consciously acknowledged yet. The animal you thought was simply waiting to be fed is in fact monitoring you continuously, with more sensitivity than most instruments we've built to measure human emotional states. And now, the thing I promised you with this, what does it mean when your cat stops? When the cat who always greets you at mealtime stays in another room? When the cat who used to trill and circle and press against you approaches the bowl in silence, eats mechanically, and walks away? When the ritual, the one that your cat built with you over months or years, simply disappears? This is your cat telling you something is wrong. Sometimes it is physical. Pain while moving makes approach behaviors less comfortable. Dental issues make eating less pleasurable. Thyroid imbalances alter appetite and energy. Kidney disease changes how food smells and tastes to them. Any sudden change in feeding ritual behavior that lasts more than 2 days deserves as a conversation with your vet. Sometimes it is environmental, a new animal in the home, a moved piece of furniture, a new smell, a person who no longer lives there. Cats encode safety spatially and socially. Disruptions to either can temporarily shut down the behaviors that require emotional openness. And sometimes, more rarely, but it happens, it is relational. It is your cat responding to a shift in you. More time away, more stress, more distraction, less presence. Your cat built a ritual with you. They maintained it with consistency that most humans don't manage with each other. If they've stopped, they are not being difficult. They are communicating in the only way they know, through a silence shaped exactly like the ritual that used to be there. Pay attention. You now know what that silence means. You know how deep the architecture of this relationship goes. You know that your cat has restructured their biology, their schedule, their most vulnerable displays, all of it, around the time they share with you. That is not a small thing. And they are counting on you to notice when something changes.